All right, guys, we should be back now. Like Colin said, we're just taking a quick break. He is actually off to race in the 450 motos.
Yep, GLHF.
Have a good one, Colin. Good
User
luck.
left your channel.
All right, Chris, are you
While we're
staying in
waiting,
here?
yes, I'm here, and
All
we
right,
can zoom in
perfect.
on the great-looking Famamex Race Tech bike of wheels. Well, we could have, and then he just restarted. But I'm guessing he'll be in this race.
Yeah, it looks like we did grab UIDs. We're just waiting on. I'm probably going to time out at the start of this Conti race for the 450s, but
Okay, well, I will be able to call it while you time out, I guess, as I have riders on the gate.
yeah, I'm still loading in. So just listen
We
to
have
Chris while I
21
load in.
riders on the line here, going for 4 spots in the race, and one of them on a 2-stroke. That'd be Nate, guys, the worst guy, who runs into Craig Richards 2 feet out of the gate and puts them both on the ground, and most likely out of the motos is Brandon Berg, the number 41, gets
All
one of his
right,
patented
there we go.
hill
I am
shots.
now in. So, as
Samuel
you just said,
Bergeron and Tyler Swigard right now are running in the 2 and 3 spots, and AJ Green has your last transfer, and tumbling down is the 41 of Berg, takes Swigard with him, and that is not good for those guys looking to make it in. So
oh, and
Samuel Bergeron,
Hoffman does some sort of underflip.
and he pulls it. Where's Moto Agogo to take a shot right now
Oh,
for
man.
the pike save and a half?
If that's not a pike save, I don't know what is.
That was
Oh, and then
sick,
Hoffman goes down. So, all for nothing, right?
Yeah, so Samuel Bergeron leads this thing. James Armstrong in second, AJ Green in third, and Eric O'Connor with a great gap over fifth place, Tyler Crane, right now. And Crane, he's a championship contender year after year in this series. He's riding the Consolation race and sitting on the outside looking in. He's got some work to do.
Yeah,
Also,
absolutely.
he's got some work to do on the suspension. It looked horrible going down the hill. Maybe that's why he's in the Consi.
Just trying to see who else is back here.
Hoffman, Wheeler, Matt Model, Ryan Spengler, Brandon Berg, Neil Wells, Zaworski, Ryan Wilson, Schmeider, Swigard, Craig Richards, Jesse Wildman all had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now back up front though, as they go over the Race Tech 150, I don't think it actually is 150 feet in MX Simulator. I believe it's more like 210, 220. But we're gonna call it the Race Tech.
I can tell you.
we're gonna call it the Race Tech 150 just because I can. Anyways, Samuel Bergeron is leading the 450 Conti right now. James Armstrong, he's a very quick in Supercross. He is sitting second right now in the Consi. AJ Green third, and Eric O'Connor still sitting in the fourth place position. Kale Simmerock actually got around Tyler Crane. They're sitting 5 and 6 respectively, and then we got Michael Wheeler there as well.
It's about 180 to 185 feet to the clean part of the landing in MX Sim. So honestly, not that overscaled. So that just gives you an idea how big that jump is in real life. I mean, if it feels big in a video game, not that much bigger. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Wheels actually putting a little charge on here, trying to move his way up into one of those spots as James Armstrong is now your fourth place rider. Dropped it, so Eric O'Connor moves into third, AJ Green second. Bergeron continuing to lead this thing. Such a pressure cooker, 4 laps. Crane trying to run that inside down there. Not too many guys running that line, so neat to see somebody using it.
It's an awkward line. I had to use it in the 250 Consi. It just does not feel right.
Clearly didn't work out too well for you because you were commentating the motos and not right.
You know what? I don't want to hear it, Chris.
All right, up the uphill they go, and Simmerock putting the pressure on James Armstrong for this last transfer, and Crane trying to, I guess maybe he's just waiting and thinking these guys are going to take each other out, and I'm going to cruise on in. Simmerock going to try an inside.
Crane is.
He's got it.
Crane is one of the veterans in this class.
Yeah, Armstrong as well, both veterans, and they're both not even sitting in a qualifying spot right now.
Right.
Oh, here comes Armstrong up the inside, going for the same ride. Bumps him down, and that's going to screw
one
up
line
Crane
and 2
Wheeler.
riders. Armstrong's going to take that one, though.
He was actually pretty nice about it. Armstrong didn't really push it in there to like punt him by any means, but he just kept going into the line. And
yeah, absolutely. Now, just back to Crane for a second. I believe he's been running the 450s since they first came out, since the 2011 450s came out. Or I think he did the 250 East Coast Championship that year, and then he moved up to the 450s, and he's been on the 450 ever since. So, like I said, one of the oldest guys as far as sim seasons go.
We got a new 4th place rider, and that is Crane. Eric O'Connor goes from 3rd to 5th with a mistake on the step up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am completely shocked that Crane is struggling to get into the motos right now.
Well, if you looked at the lap times, I was going to go through them, but this just all got underway super quick. He was like 51st with a 2:07, I think.
So my guess is he probably didn't put that much time on the track, just knowing how talented he is. So if he gets in motos, I would expect come Moto 2 time, he might be knocking on the door of the top 10 just from the time on the track that he'll get.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
We'll see. He's struggling right now a little bit. He's still running this inside line, which is sketchy, to say the least.
Yeah, it does not look like his suspension likes that inside too much. But if it's going to be working for him, I'm not gonna say anything about it.
Yeah, my guess is that he's struggling with suspension. And on the inside, you can kind of go a little slower and be a little safer, I guess, by going slower. But, yeah, I mean, it definitely looks pretty sketch, for sure, for Tyler Crane. But props to Samuel Bergeron. I mean, he took the lead on the first lap of this thing. And
yeah, he's just kind of
a great race. And AJ Green, sorry, not Jeremy Green, AJ Green running a great race in second as well. Kind of leaving 3rd and 4th to fight this thing out. Now Michael Wheeler has moved up to 5th.
Oh, and as we're talking about him,
O'Connor going to run right into him.
Oh, Crane is actually down right before the uphill rollers. So
here comes Simmerock. He's going to be right on Crane at the top of the hill, would be my guess, because of the momentum he's going to carry. He's going to carry him right to Crane's back wheel.
Absolutely. Crane did luck out in that situation, though, with 5th and 6th both going down right there. But yeah, just looking at Crane's setup, it looks like the back end might be just a tad bit too stiff for this track. But like you were saying, he probably didn't put that much time into the track.
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's riding really low in the back, but it's kicking up everywhere. Pretty crazy. So, but maybe that's just the way he likes it. Like I said, he just hasn't had the time on the track. But Crane right now, running in the last transfer, he's doing what he needs to do to get into the motos. And once he's in the motos, maybe that's where he'll be able to do some work. He's not known as a great starter, and he's known to really come on late in the motos. So.
The chupacabra of simulator, right?
Right, so the white flag is flying now for Samuel Bergeron. AJ Green running into 2 spot. Armstrong sits 3rd, and there's Crane in 4th with about 3.6 seconds over Kill Simmerock.
The gap between 1st and 2nd and 3rd, or 2nd and 3rd, are about the same. They're pretty much evenly spread out, it looks like.
For those wanting an update from Mr. Moto at GoGo, he's running in the 13th spot, and he is beating some riders, which I think he'd be pumped on that, honestly.
Yeah, he said he'd be happy if he didn't get last place, so.
Yeah, and he's far from last place right now, of guys that even haven't rage quit. So, as I see Ryan Spengler bust a front flip over the Racetech 180, I guess it is. And then gets pushed off the track by Neil Wells and does another front flip. At least he's having some fun, even though it looks like he's not going to go to the motos. But Bergeron, AJ Green, James Armstrong, and Tyler Crane, they are looking to go to the motos. Crane got to be careful. He's got a wild Travis barrel roll Hoffman that he's putting a lap down right now. Who knows what's going to happen with Hoffman on the track near you. I mean, I think Hoffman deserves a spot on the gate for just pulling that first lap.
Right. Oh, Hoffman goes down in the background of Tyler Crane's shot.
Wheels is going to move into the 5 spot. Maybe. He's battling with Simmerock. These guys maybe just hoping for a mistake from Crane and obviously want to be the first one to capitalize on it. Crane, honestly, I feel like every lap of this moto has gotten looking more and more comfortable on the racetrack. I'd say that he was kind of bouncing on in that corner. He looks like he's getting a little bit more flow.
All right, I'm going to go back up to the front because it doesn't look like too much is going to be happening back there. I mean, Simrock is still close enough to where if Crane falls off the bike, Crane will be out of a transfer spot, but Samuel Bergeron will be taking the first consolation race victory of the season, with AJ Green getting second here. James Armstrong is, he already did cross the line in third, and Tyler Crane
backflipping his way into
vet.
Moto 1 of round 1 of the Ride365.com Nationals, powered by versus-pc.com. Our field is set, and we're going to be going racing very shortly. We got to wait for wheels here to actually cross the finish line and then get Moto 1 set up.
Absolutely. I'm going to tab out of my game just really quick. I want to get qualifying up just so we can take a look at qualifying here. Now, very quick storylines coming into the 450 motos. Hunter Root and Tyson Fresquez both waited last minute to sign up. And Hunter Root actually was our quickest qualifier with a 158.992 on the track. So I know, or I heard from a few guys in TeamSpeak that Hunter was pretty upset with the pay to race feature that Race Factory has implemented, but it looks like he decided to give in. And he will be racing tonight as the quickest qualifier here at Hangtown. Jesse Mullins, defending champion, he qualified second with a 159.406. Tyson Fresquez, qualifying third with a 159.851. And then Alexis Leclerc, qualifying fourth with a 2-minute.773. And to round out the top 5 qualifiers, Luke Heberlein, with a 201.351. So just to give you an idea of how competitive this 450 class is going to be, our fastest qualifier, like I mentioned, was a 158.9, and our 40th qualifier of the day at a 209.1. So 11 seconds.
To speak on the late signups thing, Fresquez, I know, had his membership in fairly early and on time. Roots was pretty late, and then his signup actually he was having some issues with the site. I actually had to help him this morning, so his signup wasn't intentionally super late.
Okay.
But yeah, and I did hear the same thing, that he wasn't super excited about the pay thing. But I mean, the thing is, for a guy like him, he would have to screw up pretty bad to not make probably 4 or 5 times that in prizing. Once he makes that investment, he's so good and so talented. Very excited to see Alexis Leclerc lining up. I mean, obviously, if he's paying to race, I'm guessing he's paying to race the series, and we might see him at every round, and that could be very interesting. And I spent some time talking to Jesse Mullins last night, and I know he was very excited that Hunter Root signed up, because he really wants to race head-to-head with him for a championship. And he said he was actually talking about how much he enjoys racing against Fresquez and how Tyson's a great competitor to race with. I guess they must usually race pretty clean together, and he's just a tough competitor. So Mullins likes the challenge. I know he's looking forward to that and wants it to be a challenge for the series to try to defend that #1 plate.
Yeah.
And I thought I just saw a disconnect. Okay, it was Hunter Braun, not Hunter Root.
All right. Yeah, and just to touch on Mullins really quick, he actually opted not to race the majority of the 450 Supercross Championship this year. More of an outdoor kind of guy, so he waited patiently for outdoors to come around. And like you said, he wants to be battling the best guys in the game, the Hunter Roots, the Tyson Fresquez's, Alexis Leclerc, you know, Race Carlin, Jeremy Shipley, Matt Burkeen's up there as well. So this 450 class is very stacked up at the top. Defending or past champions like Zach Dupuis mid-pack in qualifying. Tyler Schmidt, he was our 250 East Coast champion this year in Supercross. He elected to move up to the 450s.
Yeah, a lot of fast guys. Also, I'm noticing here is these guys are on their hot lap. Unlike the 250s where it was the KTM Nationals, there is a lot of different bikes in here.
Yeah, it's going to be
not
KTMs
on the same dyno. It's actually
Yamahas.
really cool. There's KTM, Yamahas. There's a handful of Cowies in here. I think I saw some Suzukis even. Not too many Suzukis, but a lot of KTMs, a lot of Yamahas, and a sprinkling of Cowies throughout. I know the Cowie is a little bit smoother power delivery, which is, for some guys, obviously in a 30-minute moto, especially not so much for hot lapping, definitely works out better for them.
I am not. Oh, keep going.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, it's a little bit smoother where the KTM is really fast, and I'm not sure.
A little bit more aggressive on the power.
Yeah, for sure. And I haven't spent much time on the Yamaha, so I don't know much about that part of it.
It's very similar to the KTM. Maybe just a little bit less aggressive as far as the speed goes. But top speed wise, it's almost identical.
Interesting. So Jesse Mullins is on the Yamaha, and I was going to actually take a look. Leclerc's on the KTM. I'm just kind of looking at some of our top qualifiers to see what they are riding as I'm flipping through here.
I'm looking at Mullins right now, and oh my goodness, is his setup insanely sick. He's obviously he's running that Honda with the red #1 on his bike. He is the defending champion. And then he's got red shift gear and a red 6D helmet. It looks very good. Anyways, it looks like we just got our
hopefully he
restart.
Keeps that red plate.
Yeah,
it looks
absolutely.
good on that bike.
Absolutely. All right.
No Hunter Root.
What's that?
No Hunter Root.
Did I miss him?
Yeah, he's not in here.
Not on the line.
That is very interesting. That is something that I didn't see off the bat. Anyways, we are on the gate for 450 Moto 1 here at Hangtown. Hunter Root not on the line, so one of Jesse's biggest competitors not going to be
had
racing.
to start wheelied a little bit, and Jordan Vanderlee, the Vanderbomber, fresh off a ban and fresh to the whole shot line first. The gate is down, Moto #1, and he has a Gravedigger chasing him down.
Ryan Mahan.
Ryan Mahan, who has probably spent more laps on this track than anyone because of being the track builder for this round. Going to look for some home field advantage here on the number 37, early up front. Leclerc following him.
Well, Mahan only qualified in 39th, so
maybe spent a lot of time building it and then didn't spend a lot of time afterwards. Great starts for a couple of veterans. August Sanders and Zach Dupuis running in the 6 and 7 spots.
Brady Stanley there. Tyler Schmidt, like I mentioned, he won our 250 East Coast Championship in Supercross this year. Mike Strelo, Mullins here, mid-pack, yeah. He's got
Jeremy Shipley, who's another heavy hitter right behind him.
And then Bert Keane behind those two, so the middle of the pack looks pretty stacked with talent here. Devin Davis back here. Armstrong came out of the Consi. Andrew Wood, St. Laurent, Lacoste, O'Hagan's over the bars. Crane came out of the Consi. Kellen Brower's way back here. He's got to be about 25th, I would say. Yeah, he's 23rd right now, so sitting outside the points, lap #1. But I'm going to go back up front just in case I...
The top 3, 4, the top 4 are breaking away a little bit from August Sanders, who runs in 5th. And that is Jordan Vanderlee, Luke Heberlein, Ryan Mahan.
One person that I didn't actually see yet is the 21 of Tyson. No, he's here. He is way back in the pack. He's sitting in 25th right now, so bad start from him. Ooh, and he gets together with a Honda. It looks like that might be... who's the 68? Is that... Ooh... Reed Young?
Yeah, that sounds correct.
All right.
We lost our leader. The bomb has dropped, and now the Gravedigger is leading the way. Ooh,
there's a pile up in the half pipe.
Oh,
Devin
Mahan
Davis
went down now too. Where the hell did Mahan go? He was in 2nd. So now Vanderlee's back into 2nd. Leclerc 3rd. Sanders, Mullins. There's Mahan back in 6th. So it's like a bakery up front. A lot of mix-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. And Heberlein actually trying to check out here. Vanderlee sitting 2nd with Leclerc all over the back of him. But Heberlein with
best friends, too. This is going to go real well if they get into a battle.
Heberlein with a 4-second gap right now. So
I'd have to think that Leclerc's style would fit this track pretty well as far as the way he lugs his bike around, similar to Burkeen. But at the same point, we've all seen him kind of bobblehead through all the bumps and whoops and supercrossing nonetheless. So.
Vanderlee down at the bottom of the hill here, so Leclerc's going to overtake 2nd from him. And looks like Mullins is going to get around him. Oh, no, he's going to mess up in the same corner.
All right. Shout to Sanders, man. He is running in third strong early. Let's see if he can keep this going for the whole Moto. He has Vanderbomber right behind him, who just got passed by Mahan. All kinds of stuff. Roy Mitchell was up there, but he's actually on the ground, getting passed by Tyler Schmidt. And then here comes a race car. The General, Race Carlin on the RKH Honda. Runs in the 9 spot. And Jordan McCoss rounding out your top 10 currently with Toby Stocks. And Kellen Brower running right behind him. Brower actually battling with his buddy Strela right now. Running 14th right now is the 44 of Andrew Wood. So it's like a SoCal party going on here back in 13, 14, 15. Strela, Wood, and Brower.
Oh, Kellen actually
180
not able to triple, and it looks like he gets together with who
that
was that?
Andrew Wood got brake checked in the air. And hey, remember what I was saying about Tyler Crane, that once the moto started, I thought he'd be all right? He's in 18th right now.
He's scoring points, so. And we are only 420 into this moto. Smoke up, boys.
Tyler Crane just smashed into a freaking yellow barrier, by the way.
The SpongeBob.
Smoke up. He wanted to hang out with SpongeBob for a minute.
Oh, man.
The Gravedigger, though, smashing the competition right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Leclerc still sitting second, 5.5 seconds back from Heberlein.
Solid start to the season for Mahan and Mullins thus far, and they have a 13-second gap over Vanderlei now.
Yeah, there's nothing really going on inside the top 5. Roy Mitchell is the first one to maybe see a battle here with Race Carlin. Not too far behind him. Lacoste there, Roberts, McDonald, Whelan, Dupuis, all there.
Here goes Carlin. Makes the move on Mitchell. Mitchell made a little mistake. Welcome back to pro racing for Roy Mitchell. It's been a minute for him.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. Carlin with a little
excited
mess
to race
up.
Again.
So Mitchell's actually going to retake that position from Carlin.
These guys acting like they're in marriage counseling, going back and forth. And is Carlin going to make the move back again? Not quite. On the downhill he goes. Noticing the 450s running some different lines too. It actually opened the track up more when they got on 450s. The 250 guys seemed like they had to run the outside in a lot of spots and just keep their speed up, I guess, where the 450s can use some of these insides a little more.
Oh, I was just so confused in chat. Start Your Systems TV said something, and Kellen's the one who's logged in on that normally, and I thought it was him, so I thought maybe he rage quit, but it's actually Nate Zaworski.
Oh, Carlin is down, by the way. Bummer for the RKH Honda. Back to the front of the field. Still leading the way. The Gravedigger. He's running 2:04 lap time so far. Let's see what he logs this time around. Curious to see what their lap times will be versus the 250S. 2:04.6 that time. And here comes Leclerc to log a lap.
I'm actually going to go on board with Jesse Mullins. He is in a battle with Mahan, so.
Stalking him.
I read in chat somebody wanted a first-person view, so nobody better than defending champion Jesse Mullins.
Yeah, especially with his setup just gliding over all these bumps. I watched a helmet cam of him when the track first came out. Or actually, I was watching his stream. Man, it didn't even look like he was riding the same track as I was. The way that his bike just floats over the bumps.
Right, right. He came into this year ready, to say the least.
I don't know how much he was playing Sim during Supercross because he was really focused on CSGO and that side of things, but he has been prepping for the Nationals for a while now as he's trying to make the move on Mahan, splitting lines through that split section, and up the hill they go. Who's going to get the better drive? They're going to alternate lines here. No, they're going to go for the same route.
Oh, Mullins going to have
close.
to. Yeah, he got really close to the back end of Mahan right there.
Mahan's going to go inside. Mullins going to try to rail the outside and carry some momentum up these rollers. Mahan pulls a little bit of time. He must have executed that inside very well. Watch this thing on board for a little bit, and yeah, Mullins looks like he came in prepared for sure. I mean, all these top guys clearly are to be running this pace as smoothly as they are.
Oh, Mullins to the inside here before the Race Tech 150. Mahan went to the outside. It looks like everything was pretty even. And Mahan down. So Mullins with the spot just like that. Now it's sitting in the third position, about 8 seconds behind.
Be fine to get up in fourth as Vanderlei is running fifth, but he was a ways back, and he does get going well ahead of Jordan Vanderlei. Jack Roberts makes an appearance up in the 6th spot, then Race Carlin. Chase McDonald, a great ride going in 8th, and a great ride for the veteran and former champion Zach Dupuis running in 9th. And Triptez, Ethan Parks, he's running in the 10 spot, rocking the triple digit. 3-digit is legit right now. Parks looking to score some huge points here in the first moto of the year with Roy Mitchell all over him.
All right.
And then first appearance of Devin Davis, the number 13, returning to the 450 Pro Class off of suspension, trying to charge his way into a top 10 position.
So that was a full lap on board with Jesse Mullins right there. Ended up running a 203.3. So if you're wondering how he runs these quick laps, you just saw first person how he does it.
That's how.
He was able to get around Ryan Mahan throughout that lap. So he is sitting in 3rd place right now. Alexis Leclerc is sitting in 2nd. Luke Heberlein still leading this thing. We're about 10 minutes into the moto. Heberlein looks very, very comfortable out front. So Leclerc's going to need to pull something out of his backside if he wants to catch Heberlein, it looks like. And I'm looking in chat really quick. I believe, from what I can see, Tyson is sitting in 20th right now.
It looks like things are, whoa. So I was going to say things were spread out, but holy crap, go right outside the top 10. You find Jack Roberts, or actually Roy Mitchell in 9th. Jack Roberts 10th. Sanders, Shipley, Reed Young, all extremely close, and not far behind them is Kellen Brower in the 14 spot. And then you find Matt Burkeen with his single-digit numbers, the 8-ball of Burkeen. He must have been doing some front flipping on the first lap, and I'm guessing he wasn't landing them because he's mired in the back of the pack as he goes around. I believe that's Jack Roberts. Yes, he does. Goes into 14.
Yeah, I was actually in a server with Burkeen for just a little bit today. I was able to run a couple laps. And it did not look like Burkeen was very, very comfortable on the track. I mean, as you can see, it looks like his setup is bouncing all over the place. So I don't know if that's how he wants his setup to be, but maybe it's a comfort issue. Waldo,
and I found Tyson Fresquez, and he's trying to run over his former team owner, Kellen Brower, as he's finally made his way up into 16th. So he's into the points now and moving around the inside of Brower he goes. So Fresquez looking like he's getting comfy and moving his way through the pack as he gets collected, unfortunately for him.
Who was that? Jack Roberts. Ooh, and Devin Davis is going to be down on the outside, so there's people down on every single line right there in that sweeper. Look at this pack of riders. St. Laurent, Roberts, Davis, Crane, Fresquez, O'Hagan. McLeod is back here. Oh, he done did messed up.
Yeah, you might need a roadmap to get through all this carnage. Just full-on chaos. Fresquez running much faster than a lot of the guys that he's around right now, just trying to stay out of trouble as he's going to go inside here on Devin Davis.
We just have
riders in his way.
4 people in the air at the same time over the finish line, and the finish line is not that big of a jump. So
right. Fresquez threading the needle around the inside of St. Laurent. Probably scared St. Laurent there. It looked like he just went straight to the outside when Fresquez snuck his wheel in.
That's one of the things that Tyson is very, very good at, is making his passes stick, but not too aggressively.
Yeah, I feel like he represents the number 21 very well. He has a very Jason Anderson almost like a snake bite attack.
Absolutely.
Like he just stands there and then all of a sudden just pounces, and allowing him to work through the pack. His pace looks good. He looks good on the bike, and he's really good late in the motos to keep moving forward. So it wouldn't surprise me for him to salvage a solid top 10 here.
He hasn't won 4 major championships for nothing. He's one of the best to ever play the game. So
let's rip a quick top 10 rundown here before we get back into the battles. Continuing to lead this thing, looking great out front. Very much like the 250 race, running 204, 205 lap times. The Gravedigger, Luke Heberlein, Team Splitfire, leading this thing. Alexis Leclerc runs in second. He's 5 seconds back. And Mullins charging hard. He dropped to 202.7 last time around. Hello, Heater. How are you doing? And then Mahan's ways back and forth, but a good ride going for the 37 machine. Jordan Vanderlee, back in pro racing he'd been off a long time. He raced a couple supercrosses and then got banned again. Vanderlee, I guess is what we should probably call him, runs in the top 5. So good to see him back. Except when he goes completely nuts and starts punting people. He's awesome to have around. And then Race Carlin, a solid ride running in the number 6 spot. Carlin is, it's interesting. He's actually, the events that he doesn't work on, he typically does better. And he spent a lot of work actually working on this racetrack, making it look good and whatnot. And it honestly doesn't get a ride as much. And to go fast in this game, you have to put laps in. So Carlin's probably going to be pretty pumped on this performance, I would think. And Chase McDonald, he's a surprise. The 199 machine, 3-digit, is legit for the 7th place rider, Chase McDonald. Then comes another veteran, Jeremy Shipley in 8th, trying to make the move right here up the inside. It's going to get aggressive.
Oh, he's going to
McDonald
push him
gave
out
him
of
the
way.
line and doesn't give him the spot, though. So heads up riding there by McDonald to not get bumped over that rut like we've seen so many guys have happen. Now Shipley trying to work the other side of him. As we're doing the top 10 rundown, we might as well watch this battle that's going on.
I'm going to go
Shipley,
first person with Shipley, actually. Side by side, going up the rollers.
Land right on top of him, puts them both down. Is Roy
Shipley's
Mitchell,
going to get
running
up.
in 9th, going to capitalize? He probably will be right behind McDonald. Does not make the pass, though. So then, Roy Mitchell, welcome back to him, running in the 9 spot and still running in the top 10. I'm impressed by the 42, August Sanders. Laying it down right now. That has been your top 10 rundown here at round 1 of the Ride365.com Nationals, powered by versus-pc.com.
Outside of the top 10, big names like Zach Dupuis, Kellen Brower, Matt Burkeen, Tyson Fresquez still out there, Davis.
Ben McLeod making his
Crane's
first
still way
appearance on
back.
the stream in the 17th spot. I believe he was way back. And he's running 2:08 lap time last time around, so maybe catching his groove a little bit on the 59.
Oh, really quick. Leclerc has caught up to Heberlein. Heberlein might have made a mistake, but Leclerc's not within striking distance. But if Heberlein makes another mistake, Leclerc will be there.
And he has lappers to deal with as well.
Absolutely. And Mullins
Now
is
the
actually
lappers
right
are-
behind Leclerc, so things are tightening up here up at the front of the field.
Yeah, Mullins obviously ran that 2:02.2 lap times, got some speed going on. I will say the lappers seem a lot more spread out here in the 450 class. Leclerc not able to clear the race Tech 150.
Mullins able to clear it with perfection, so he's going to gain just that much more time on Leclerc. Oh, and Mullins
goes
down, and the right-handed sweeper there. Looks like his front tire went over that rut. That's all she wrote. Carlin not close enough to do anything. It actually looks like he's, about 30 seconds behind Mullins as of now.
Yeah, so on that 250 moto, we saw the top 2 guys really break away here. It's the top 3 guys really breaking away here, at least the first moto of the year. And I would expect guys like Ryan Mahan and Tyson Fresquez to typically be with that group as well. Speaking of Fresquez, he is running in 15th still, so the progress he's going to make 2 spots up here as a couple of guys are on the ground. That would be Sanders and Dupuis. Sanders had went down and Dupuis ran into him. Man, just scoring points in this 450 class is gnarly right now.
Right. Former outdoor national champion Tyson Fresquez is sitting in 13th, so that just goes to show you how much competition is actually in the premier class here in MX Simulator. But I'm keeping an eye on these battles going on up front.
Check out the 4th and 5th battle right now is
hot
right now. Vanderlee and Carlin.
Former teammates in Vanderlee and Carlin as well. So let's see if
Vanderlee
there's
ran
some
into
clean
hard.
racing, or if Vanderlee's gonna maybe put the move on Carlin and do him dirty.
Over the little hip jump here. See where they go through the split. Looks like they're going to split.
Oh, and Carlin
Where
actually
was-
runs into the back of Looks like that's Tyler Schmidt. Not sure if he just didn't see him.
Must not have, because he just ran straight into him, or
Right.
he meant to go to the other rut and completely
Right.
just plowed him.
So
I was
he's actually
looking,
going to
they're
get
not
passed by
missing Shannon.
Shipley as well. So now Carlin all over the back of Shipley. Let's see if he can't get back around him and maybe make a charge at Vanderlee one more time here. Actually, Vanderlee was behind Carlin at the start of that, so.
Yeah, let's see if the general race Carlin can command a pass right here. Got to be a fun race, even though he just obviously went down for the number 12 of Carlin. He's been in a battle, it seems like, every time I watched him. He's battling with someone in there, battling with a lapper right now that needs to get the fuck out of the way. Try to see who that is. It's obviously someone at the back of the pack.
It
here
looks
on
like the 1-something.
57 of Nick Uzik.
Yeah, there
who
you
just
go.
needs to get the hell out of the way.
Oh,
And
he's going to take Carlin out. So, once again,
great job, Nick
Lappers.
Uzik. You're killing it right now, bro.
Lappers
Now he has Mahan
affecting
under a
the
second
race.
behind him. Let's see if he gets the hell out of the way this time.
Yep, now he does.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right. I believe that might have been Mr.
Yeah.
Chris.
Checker's dropped out. I don't know where he went, but yeah, he definitely dropped.
All right. Anyways, do we have any battles going
User
on?
joined your channel.
Hello, Christopher.
Hi, I was going to go see if I could find Uzik to tell him to be a better lapper. Because I don't want to see anyone get in trouble. I'd rather than learn and just talk to people if I can, if possible. But I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, he had those guys right behind him for quite a while, and he was just racing with them. Man. All right, back to the racing, because I don't want to get all upset and stuff.
Good
Gravedigger.
battle right now for 5th. Shipley, Mahan, and Carlin.
Shocker, Carlin is in a battle on the racetrack. Shocking that the general is in a battle. I just
Yeah, it always
realized
seems like he's in a battle.
that. Yeah. I guess there's a reason he has the nickname the general. He likes to battle, right?
Right, right.
Commander-in-Chief. I'm guessing him and Mahan probably I know they spent some time working on this track together, a lot of time. So let's see how they should race pretty clean. It should be pretty cool to watch, actually.
I just wish I had Mahan's skins. Not sure
I
what's
really
up with
like
that,
that line that Carlin ran at the bottom there. He went around
The
that little to
outside,
the outside.
yeah.
I've seen a few guys running it. It's a sweet line that
It's
none
a
of the
pretty
250
fast-
guys were using.
it's a
and
pretty
it
fast,
looks like it works.
line there.
Yeah, neat to see. Like I said, neat to see the line choice, even in this corner. A lot of guys using both the inside and the middle rut. Always try to look for that when I'm looking at tracks, especially for racing purposes, to give guys an alternative. Because then again, when you're getting lapped too, you can get around a guy without them having to completely get out of a fast line. They can just check up a touch in a different line and you can go right on by.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to go on board here with Race Carlin. Oh, and as I say that, commentator's curse right there. All right, so scratch that.
Guess who has made his way into the top 10 with a 2:02 lap time nonetheless? The 21 of
Mr.
Fresquez.
Tyson Fresquez. Looks like he's on the move. Even when he has those bad races, not even that this is a bad race for him, but it always
salvages.
looks like he gets on that little hot streak where he just throws a few crazy laps out, like a 2:02, like you said he ran.
Yep.
He just strings
his
a few of
signature
these
is
together.
running. His fastest lap is almost always the last lap of the race.
Right,
For some
right.
reason, he just lays that last lap heater down so often and so well. And I mean, yes, would he like to be up in the podium or a top 5 spot? Sure. He might even get there before the end of this. Maybe a top 5 at least, or right outside
Right, I
of it.
mean,
But
it's
a
not
ninth-
out of
if-
the question.
a 9th is not a terrible moto. If that's one of his bad motos on the year, it's a long series and a lot can happen. Salvaging a bad start, that's what you got to do to win a title, and Tyson's won a few. So
Yeah,
I mean, I
just
know
a
it sounds
few.
like I'm just blowing the guy, and it's not that. I just have a lot of respect for the way that he is always so good and keeps the pressure on all the other guys to always be good too and eliminate the bad races.
Oh, and as we're
He
talking
makes a
about him,
mistake.
he does make a mistake, but
And Burkeen also coming through the pack finally, kind
right.
of catching his flow a little bit.
Right. And Tyson actually in a battle with
Trying
Roy
to get around
Mitchell. There it
Makes
is.
that move. All right, peeking back at the front, the lead is 5.8 seconds, and Leclerc's down actually. So is that going to allow Mullins to be either right on him or maybe make the move? Here he comes over the hill. Leclerc has rejoined the race, and Mullins is right behind him, and Leclerc gets into a lapped rider that's down, and Mullins goes right there.
Oh, that looks like Zach
that's
Dupuis,
Dupuis.
actually.
I saw a Yamaha, and I thought it was Mullins, but or is it not having people's skins? Don't know who the hell's who. Sorry, guys, I wasn't prepared for this commentating job. Call me Earth Braun.
So, again, Heberlein.
He's got a comfy lead right now.
A very comfy lead.
4 minutes in.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes and 2 laps to go. I should be able to calculate how many laps there are going to be next time by. It's looking like it's either going to be... It looks like about 4.
Ooh. The lapper went cartwheeling from a different straightaway and almost landed his bike right in the main line where Mullins was going, but it stopped a feet and so it didn't get in the way. Run down this top 10 again and find a battle as Heberlein continues to lead. Mullins up to second. Leclerc drops to third.
Looks like there's a little battle for fourth
Shipley
here.
Man, yeah. I think if you asked Shipley if he'd be pumped with a fourth in the first Moto of Outdoors, he'd probably tell you that'd be pretty good and he'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, Shipley's one of those guys where he's just always up at the front of the pack. It doesn't matter if it's Supercross, it doesn't matter if it's national or an off-season race. He's always up front, and it's cool to see that because he has been around a very, very long time. Just about as long as Tyson Fresquez has been around. And it always seems like those guys are battling, which is really, really cool to see.
Speaking of battling, Mahan actually battling with 2 lappers right now. One of them actually just passed him back. He makes his way around. It looks like they both let him go. It didn't look like anything malicious going on. They just kind of riding and racing. But that's allowed Vanderlei to really close in on Mahan. So Vanderlei not out of the top 5 run right here by any means. Watching the Vanda Bomber. Back into the swing of racing.
Ooh, Vanderlei with a mistake.
Right into a hay bale.
Yeah.
Then 7th, Race Carlin. And Chase McDonald still sitting in 8th. Every time I see him in the top 10, I'm pumped to see it. I'd like to see new faces challenging in this top 10 of the 450 class. And he has some heat coming.
Ooh, Vanderlei's actually down off the track now, so rip that battle.
8th and 9th battle right now. Fresquez is closed on Chase McDonald. Fresquez at 204, McDonald at 208.4, which is his fastest lap of the race. So McDonald just put himself in a good position, it looks like, in running some steady laps. Obviously not running the heaters like the front guys are running.
Or the guys that are right behind him.
We'll see if Fresquez can find a spot to make the move on McDonald. He's going to look inside right here into the split.
Here it is right here. Oh, he absolutely destroyed that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to out-corner speed Tyson. Sorry, bud. That's not going to work out too well as Tyson is on by. Went by McDonald like he was tied to a post right there. And now he's going to have to deal with Matt Burkeen, who has a #1 plate to his name as well. Not in this class, but he does have a #1 plate.
But in this series last year.
Yep, exactly. Moving up to the big bike this year for Burkeen, and I guess as he's running about 3rd and 4th gear around almost the entire track, just lugging along the #8 machine.
Oh, and Tyson actually messes up. McDonald's gonna get around him.
These guys are not too far behind Race Carlin as well, so.
Really quick, I just scrolled back up front. Not to shy away from any battles, but Mullins has closed in on Luke Heberlein.
Yeah, he ran another 202 lap time. So Mullins found the pace.
It only
Yeah.
took him 28 minutes to find it, but better late than never, right?
Yeah, gotta give some props there. August Sanders completely pulling out of the way of Jesse Mullins to let him go by. Always love to see a good lapper. And Heberlein's lucky. He's got a couple of guys between him and Mullins that Mullins has to work through as they're battling. And maybe make some problems for the number one while Heberlein has a nice clear track to try to open some daylight on this lead. But it's 2.8 seconds, and we're getting down to the end of this thing. 28 minutes and 40 seconds into it right now. Oh, Mullins jumps over a crashing rider over the Racetech 150. And he's going to make his way around this guy right there. Yes, he does. That was
Mr.
Kellen Brower.
Kellen Brower. That's how you be a lapper, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think he did that on purpose. I think he cross-jumped
Yeah,
all off the track.
but even still though, that's how you're. Yeah, that's a good lapper. Oh, Heberlein gets all sorts of sketchy going into the half pipe. So
I have a feeling that I've seen this happen in Supercross a bunch of times to the Gravedigger. Honestly, he led a lot of races, but he's failed to bring home the victory so many times. He gets late in the race, and I don't know if it's the pressure.
a 2:01 from Mullins last lap.
Maybe in this situation, it's just Jesse Mullins is freaking unreal, and he has that number one on his bike for a reason. Is it just me, or rider down on the outside? Heberlein
Both
gets
of
by,
them get
Mullins gets by.
around.
Man, is it just me, or does it feel like it's just a matter of time before Mullins makes this move?
Yeah, I think he's getting ready to pounce here.
We'll see. Where can he make the pass is the question.
He's just so smooth on the track, on the throttle. It's actually really cool to see.
Yeah, catching him's one thing, but unless Heberlein makes a mistake, he has to try to go insanely faster somewhere to actually make the pass. We will see what happens.
And we will be getting 2 laps to go next time by, so
2.5 laps left in this race. Can the Gravedigger hold on, or will Jesse Mullins strike and take the first Moto win of the season? Ride365.com Nationals, powered by Versus-PC.com.
both of them elect to go to the inside here. These 450s easily
They
can
do.
get over this 150 here from the
down on the
inside.
outside of the track.
Oh,
Heberlein
here it
misses the rut.
is. Nope.
There's 2 good lines through this corner. Mullins going to try the far outside.
Way outside here. Nope.
He's going to cut back in. I was wondering if he's going to try to rail it all the way around, and he falls back in line for now.
Mullins is in a very good position.
SpongeBob in a hay bale.
Yep.
Take down
There
Heberlein.
it is.
Just pressured him right into that mistake, I feel. Like I said, I felt like it was a matter of time. Now Mullins just have to keep her on 2 and keep running the pace he's going. Sounds easy, right?
I was going to say that Mullins, even though he did lose a little bit of time in that sweeper, he was in a very good position as far as the race win goes, being that close to Heberlein. With 2 laps to go, it was only a matter of time, like you were saying.
Absolutely. So 2 laps to go. Jesse Mullins continues to lead. They'll do the top 10 rundown. Brought to you by Meta this time. ReadMeta.com. It's kind of a magazine, kind of a book, and it's freaking sweet. If you're into anything Moto, it's pretty badass. Go onto their website and check it out if you haven't already. It's pretty sick. We're actually giving away some subscriptions to it. It's put on by the guys that run Verb Moto, and obviously premium content is their deal. Log on, check it out. They're a new sponsor for us this year. Pretty cool. We've obviously worked with Verb Moto for a while, but bringing Read Meta in as Jesse Mullins continues to lead Team TBR, the number 1 plate, looking to keep that bad boy red, at least for another Moto and maybe for another week if he does this again in Moto number 2 and finishes this out. Second place, great ride though by the Gravedigger. Luke Heberlein leading a lot of laps here, the first Moto of the season. Alexis Leclerc back racing with us and back at the front of the pack where I guess he probably feels like he belongs and most certainly would expect him to be on the number 7 machine, signifying he has won a championship as well in Race Factory Gaming competition with the single digit. Ryan Mahan, a nice top 5 ride, runs in 4th. Jeremy Shipley, Team of Depth, running in 5th. Race Carlin, the general, still sitting in 6th. Good ride for Race Car. And then Tyson Fresquez looks like his charge to the front might have stalled out here. He's got 15-second gap to the next rider as he runs in 7th place. The Vanderbomber back racing with us. It seems like we're saying a lot of guys making their return and doing quite well. On the number 25 Mad Cape machine, Jordan Vanderlee runs in 8th. Speaking of 8th, there's the 8 of Matt Burkeen running in 9th, riding for Team Tagger Designs. He's also on a Checkers 448 sponsored membership machine. I actually paid for him temporarily. Just want to throw that out there. Supporting the number 8 of Matt Burkeen. Hoping to keep a lot of front flips going on as he's going down the hill in 5th gear. Like I said, he likes the high gears on these bikes. If you watch him ride, he just lugs the thing around a lot. Chase McDonald rounds out your top 10. A great performance by Chase McDonald. He's actually going a lap down.
By Mullins, yeah.
Nice job here in this one. I guess will be Chase McDonald's last lap. He doesn't even get the white flag. Sorry, bud. You get top 10 and you still get lapped because Jesse Mullins is on rails.
That just goes to show you how quick Jesse Mullins is. Yeah, top 10 in the 450 class. Sounds like a pretty good finish, right? Well,
yeah.
Jesse Mullins lapped you, so.
For sure. And speaking of laps, Heberlein dropped his fastest lap of the race, actually, last lap around. So he dropped into 2nd, and he's actually charging now. Maybe a little of the pressure came off when he lost the lead, and maybe he's holding back a little while leading, trying not to throw it away.
Yeah, he does have a very comfortable lead over Alexis Leclerc anyways, so.
Mullins electing not to jump the Race Tech 150 here on the last lap, trying to bring this thing home, but he can't get too comfortable because if he makes a decent-sized mistake,
he's still within striking distance.
We'll see if Heberlein can keep this going throughout the rest of this National Series as he is pushing it right now. Doing everything he can. Nothing to lose really right now as he goes around McDonald. A couple corners to go for the number 1 TBR machine, Jesse Mullins. Looking to log a win here at Moto number 1 at Hangtown.
Oh, Heberlein actually goes down. Doesn't look like Leclerc's going to be close enough.
Last turn and across the finish line, the number 1 Jesse Mullins team TBR takes the first Moto win of the Ride365.com National Series powered by Versus-PC.com.
Luke Heberlein with a very, very solid 2nd place here in the first Moto of the 450 class. And then past champion Alexis Leclerc with a very solid 3rd. And then we've got a ways to go. Shipley's still about to hit the drop-off here before the halfway.
Almost gets into SpongeBob there.
Yeah, but he's all by himself, so.
9 seconds back is Mahan, so as long as he can just keep her on 2 wheels, bring her across in 4th, it'd be a great opening moto for the 39 Adept machine. Into the last turn he goes, the number 39, Jeremy Shipley. Brings her across in 4th. So I'm looking to see if there's a battle here to watch, but it looks like there's no battles left on the racetrack.
Nope.
So we can watch our 5th place rider Mahan goes across, and now we can watch Race Carlin on the RKH Honda coming through. One of the better looking setups, if I do say so myself, is Race Carlin's. General rolls across in 6th, and Tyson Fresquez 7th, again salvaging the moto as he's coming across with the 7th place finish. Vanderlee's sitting 8th.
He was actually down with his teammate, it looked like.
Oh, Burkeen just tried to flip. I flipped back to him right at the end of it, and he's dead on the 150. So
he's underneath the scissors lift.
He wishes he was underneath something else scissoring, I think.
There's
Burkeen front flipping it. There it is.
Got that one on stream.
Yeah, sponsored him for a reason. Gets a lot of press for doing freestyle tricks during the races.
If he would have front flipped that little step up, that would have been cool.
We'll wait here, see if he can front flip down the hill. Nope. We got to get at least one more. He probably doesn't realize we're watching him. He's the last rider active on the racetrack, it appears.
Oh! He better front flip
And
the finish line. Revoke. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say you better revoke your sponsorship if he doesn't.
he front flips right onto Mahan's head and rides it out. That's
Right.
talent right
All
there.
right. So
Cuts are in.
Burkeen with 9th and Chase McDonald with a very solid top 10 finish here in 450 Moto number 1. It does not look like anything's gonna change inside the top 10. What about?
Quickly, I'm going to run through the rest of the top 20 scoring points. Reed Young, a great 11th place finish. Kellen Brower, 12th. Ben McLeod. August Sanders. Jack Roberts. Devin Davis. Brady Stanley comes across in 17th. William St. Lawrence, 18th. Toby Stocks. And rounding out the top 20 scoring 1 point, FamiMex.com Racetech rider Mike Strelo. That is your top 20 finishers, and yeah, it didn't look like anything switched in the top 20 on cuts.
Right. Nothing. Oh, no. 25th and 26th switched. But that's the only.
Bummer for Roy Mitchell coming up just short of scoring a point on the 270. He was running up inside that top 10 for a while, and his comeback to racing, I mean, he wasn't just gone for like a season. He was gone for a couple of years from racing. And to come back and run this pace, great job there for Mitchell. Be taking a little break from the racing part of things.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Let these guys rest before Moto number 2, and I'm going to take a quick break this time.
They need to get rid of their arthritis here real quick.
Right?
All right, so while they're taking a break, I mean, the only big surprise that I see, Heberlein with that very solid second place, but, this 450 class is so stacked. It's really up to anybody. I mean, Tyson with the 7th, he salvaged what he could. He actually had... No, Mullins actually had the quickest lap of the race with that 2:01.3. Another big surprise is Chase McDonald rounding out the top 10, but like I was saying, the 450 class is such a stacked class. There's really like 6 or 7 guys who could win on any given day, so... like I said,
All right.
Nothing too surprising.
Sorry, I am back. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but it doesn't matter. You're not important. Right?
Right. No, I just stream. I can't make races anymore, so...
Yeah, I've been there for a couple of years there, bud. I understand.
I know, I'm still going for my 25 points, man. If I get my 25 points, I'm happy.
While we're at a little break, if you don't mind, I'd like to run down all the sponsors helping make this possible. Obviously, we have great racing, great prizes up for grabs all the time for Race Factory Gaming, whether Supercross or outdoors, and a ton of great prizes up for the Nationals thanks to our sponsors. Title sponsor of the Pro Nationals, Ride365.com. It's a new website. Log on. Pretty much anything you can imagine for your dirt bike or gear or some sweet casual stuff. Head over there. Really, really good pricing as well. A new website just launching. Awesome stuff. They're really cool guys to work with. They love Moto. They bleed Moto. They support the sport quite well. And they're longtime supporters for us through a different company. But now they're out doing it on their own and focusing solely on motocross and awesome stuff. So log on there. Go buy some stuff. Putting up a ton of gift cards up for grabs. I think like close to $1,000 of gift cards up for grabs throughout this pro and amateur series to ride365.com. So go support them, buy some stuff, please. Also, racetech.com, engines and suspension. Get your performance stuff dialed in. Rebuild your suspension, get some springs. When you go to rebuild your engine, did you know that when you put a piston in, you're supposed to hone your cylinder to actually get optimal performance and sealing out of it? I bet you didn't, because a lot of people don't, and they didn't know that. We can help you with that at Racetech. So go check out the new engine department there, as well as get your suspension done. Revalve, gold valves are awesome. I use them in my personal bike, and yeah, they're pretty sweet. Verbmoto.com. Pretty much anything cool in moto you will find on verbmoto.com. Some of the best original content out there. Great news from both sides of the pond, whether it's moto cross here, pro or am, or the GPs, or just cool like free riding video and that side of things. Bird Moto has you covered. Two Wheelers Graphics really doesn't do anything besides wheels. Makes a sweet website for Race Factory Gaming, so he's a sponsor. And TigerDesigns.net. Not only do they paint some of the sweetest helmets in the industry, they also sell helmets. You can also get Tiger Designs signature bell helmets and all kinds of sweet stuff. So check those guys out. And I better hurry up because we have Moto 2 coming up. So also Moto Option Clothing, obviously longtime sponsor of the Supercross series since even before Race Factory existed. Get your casual wear on at motooption.com, versus-pc.com. Whether you're getting a computer or upgrading your computer, awesome people. Send me an email to chris@racefactorygaming.com and I'll set you up with a discount from them too. Awesome guys. BamaMax.com, custom graphics, or set up your pit area, all kinds of custom stuff, semi-custom stuff, cool stuff. SYS TV, which you're listening to, Moto A Go-Go, streaming Sunday nights, twitch.tv/MotoAGoGo. Also streams a lot of other games and cool stuff during the week. Go hit that button.
All right.
And Meta, readmeta.com. We've already talked about them earlier, and we're about to drop the gate, so I'm going to shut up now and watch some dirt bikes.
Absolutely. And I'm going to actually stay on board with Jesse Mullins, our Moto 1 winner here. He's starting on the very first gate, and he's actually going to get pinched off, and it's going to be Ryan Mahan.
Stanley, and the Gravediggers up there as well as Burkeen,
yeah, he's going to go
into another rider.
Outside. Ooh, he almost
Burkeen
got
front
together.
flips.
I did not get that. I did not get that.
Burkeen front flipped it and rode it out, and he has Tyson Fresquez running in 6th right behind him. A much better start this time for Fresquez. Keep an eye on the 143 of a good start for Benny Landry as he rides over a hay bale. And holy crap, there's a lot of fast guys in the field. I'm kind of going to peek at the back while you look in front. Jesse Mullins is down, and so is Alexis Leclerc is way back.
Heberlein
as well.
Heberlein has actually already passed for the lead, so that'll be interesting to see if he can't put this entire moto together and get the overall. I know it is the first lap, but Heberlein looked very, very, very quick in the first moto.
Much better start this time for Brady Stanley. Stanley, I think, is more of a supercross guy, but we'll see what he can do here on the Family Max Racetech Yamaha.
Burkeen with a very good start as well. He was buried deep in the pack in the first moto off the start. Very good to see him up front. Santos with a good start. Fresquez, as you were saying, is up here. Landry, Carlin, O'Brien, Vanderlee, Crane's up here. That's actually probably mid-pack, I'd say. Yeah, he's sitting in 12th. Mullins actually going over the Racetech 150.
Bad news for Kellen Brower fans. He's running in 30th place right now. Not looking good on the start here for him. And he's right with his buddy Ben McLeod. So they finished right by each other in the first moto, and they're going to battle right here in moto number 2 at the back of the pack. Not looking good for those guys. Jeremy Shipley, top 5 moto 1, 34th place right now, moto number 2. Leclerc, podium, moto number 1, sitting 38th right now as he goes by about 18 riders laying on the ground in the corner. So that helped him out big time. Not a good start, though, for Leclerc. He's got a lot of work to do. Out front, top 2 guys are checking out a little bit over Matt Burkeen. Is Heberlein and Mahan. Here we go, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. Who do you think, Hinners? What do you got for this moto? What's going to happen?
I'd really like to see Heberlein hang on the entire moto and get the overall.
My prediction is that 21 machine running in the 4 spot comes through. Much better start this time.
Come through, it's lit, Fresquez. Nah, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he could run some quick laps here and take the lead. But like I said, I'd really like to see Heberlein take this moto and the overall.
Yeah, I said what I think is going to happen, not what I want to happen.
Right.
I would love to see these top 4 just dice the whole time, and I don't really care what order they finish in as long as they battle it out for us. So we have an entertaining moto to watch and battling it out. The top 2 guys are about to do. My hands closed back up on the Gravedigger right now. Into the long sweeper. Heberlein leading. Mahan a mistake. Going to give him a little bit of room. Thing is starting to unfold. Brady Stanley still running in 5th. Santos. Mullins has made his way to the 7 spot right now. So he's not too far out of this thing early in the moto either. So who knows what the number 1's going to pull off. Obviously, we saw that ridiculous lap time in the first moto too. They ran a couple of them.
Oh, it looks like Mahan actually went down.
Yeah, he's 9 seconds back. It must have been a slide out, not a complete fall off, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. So Heberlein with a very comfortable lead already. We're only on lap 3. I believe they went 17 laps last moto.
Matt
just to
Burkina
gauge
has
the
fallen
time.
as well. He dropped into the 6th spot now, so making things a little bit more difficult on himself, but still a lot easier than he had it in the first moto, coming from well outside the top 10.
Yeah, meantime, Fresquez now sitting in the top 3. Your pick to win. Stanley sitting 4th, Santos 5th. Mullins is in 7th, so we cannot count the defending champion out of this just yet. He did run the fastest lap last moto.
I feel like he ran by over a second, like a second and a half faster.
No, Tyson ran a 2:01.9 on the 15th lap.
Okay.
So, again, one of the last laps, he threw down his heater. So,
Burkina working on Andres Santos right now as they go up the uphill rollers.
absolutely, Mullins right behind him. So, Mullins just
Mullins
waiting
came into
to
that
pounce.
corner hot.
Ooh, wow, he came in rolling.
Yeah, he's ripping into these corners a lot faster than everyone else, and he's got to be careful when he's in the pack like this. Not to get into the
jumps
back
out of that rut.
rider.
Is he still going to go for it? No, he opts to just double that. The race tag 150. He's going to lose a little bit of time on Burkina and Santos, but they're still going to be in his vision. He does ride first person. Santos actually goes down. Burkina and Mullins both able to get around him. Mullins going to go around the outside of Burkina. Wow. So just like that, he lost time on them. 2 corners later, makes the pass.
He's rolling to the front of the field right now.
Kellen Brower, meanwhile, is in the points now as he's going in that scroll bar on the top of my screen. He was sitting in 19th. Just for all you fellow SYS fans wondering how he's doing, I'm not going to shy away from this action that's going on up at the front of the pack.
The battle starting to form. A 2:09 last time around for Heberlein. Must have had a mistake, and that's allowed a 2.5 second gap back to Mahan, who ran a 2:03, and he slides out, saves it. So that's going to allow Fresquez, who ran a 2:03.8 last time around, to close up a little bit more. And Brady Stanley is right in there right now, obviously really early in the race, but he is running in the 4 spot right now. So great ride thus far for Brady. And then Mullins rounding out the top 5 so far, a 2:04 lap time for him, and I'm sure we'll see that drop before the end of this race. Waiting for the battle to develop, it feels like. These guys are all set up to do it. The calm before the
storm.
Guys all trying to get settled in a little bit.
I mean, these top guys are all so evenly spread out. There's not a whole lot going on now.
Right now, for me, it's just watching the lap times to see who's carrying a little bit more pace.
There's a 3-way battle for 13th position, so I'm going to...
You actually have a battle for 4th and 5th going on right now. Mullins is all over Brady Stanley. He's going to look inside before the 150.
And here it is. Here's the pass.
Goes right on by.
Right. With ease, gets that big triple.
Mullins was probably really excited, too, to see that big of a gap open up around Brady Stanley. Obviously, Brady from Australia has a bit of a lag bubble. And for Mullins, he didn't have to get close to him at all. As Mullins makes a mistake, they're going to allow Stanley to maybe strike back. Oh, Stanley about goes over the bars off that big kicker. Burkina and Santos now battling right behind these guys as well. Down the drop off they go. Wish Cullen was in here because he would know exactly where Santos is from.
Right.
But he's not from the U.S. clearly. Alright, looking at the front, 2.4 second gap, 204.8 lap time, 204.7 for Mahan, 204.9 for Frescas. So pretty much matching each other's laps. And we'll check the rest of the top 10 out here real quick before they start to dice it out. Mullins runs 4th, Stanley 5th, Burkeen and Santos are 6th and 7th. The general, Race Carlin, back in the top 10 again, solidly in 8th spot. And then the surprise.
Oh, and Carlin actually goes down. Sorry to interrupt, but he absolutely demolished that hay bale. His front tire went over the edge of the track, and that's all she wrote.
There goes Benny Landry making the move on him, so he's going to drop Carlin back to the 9 spot, and Carlin makes another mistake. Rounding out your top 10, Jeremy Shipley, and if I remember right, early in this race, Shipley was like 30th.
Yeah, he was very far back, and
So-
Landry's actually laying on top of the inside berm. So he's going to get passed by
Might
2
spot
at least.
for Ethan Parks here, guess not. And then there's Jordan Vanderlee running in 12th. So that was your top 12 rundown. I
Oh,
guess, as
Vanderlee's going to
Landry
just nudge him out of the way there.
moving by Ethan Parks, and now he's going to work on Landry. Back to the front, the top 3 are tightening up. That's what I like to see. Oh, Heberline's off the track. He has got to try to get back on the track safely without
Very
hitting
safe
Mahan.
re-entry.
Now we have a battle to watch.
And it is for first place, so look at
And
that.
it's teammates nonetheless.
Right.
Heberline and Mahan. A couple of guys that had some strong performances in Supercross starting off this national season quite well. Heberline, of course, definitely leading more laps than anyone thus far on the day in this 450 class. He's got company early in this one from Ryan Mahan.
Very, very cool to see how clean these guys are being. Yeah, they are teammates, but sometimes that doesn't really matter.
For sure. I would bet they're probably in a channel together, racing together,
Right, right.
potentially. So,
But
had a lot of fun.
all I'm saying is Mahan.
Oh, there's the pass.
If Mahan wanted to, he could have been a lot dirtier.
Oh, yeah,
But with
absolutely.
them being teammates, I'm sure they talk all the time. As far as I'm concerned, or as far as my knowledge goes, I don't think there's any problems between the two.
Absolutely.
Oh,
they
and
get
as
together
I'm saying
there.
that, they just get
They're
together.
both down, and guess who's just going to inherit the lead from third?
Oh no,
he's
he's
going to run
not.
right into him.
So
Hey, Tyson.
Mullins is actually going to inherit the lead. So Moto 1 winner and defending champion from 4th to 1st, just like that.
It's Christmas in May for Jesse Mullins, and he got 3 gifts all at once. The MXN community just giving it up to the number 1, saying, okay, here you go, you can have the lead. Now can Mahan match the pace of Mullins, who, guess what?
User
He ran a
disconnected from your channel.
201.7 lap time already in this thing. Oh. Jesse Mullins looking to throw down a dominating performance here.
Oh,
at the
and
opener.
Mahan's actually down after the Race Tech 150. Haverline going to get around him along with Fresquez.
Still running in 5th is Brady Stanley, so I'm impressed by the 22 machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Solid right now. Oh, Mahan's down again. He's going to lose a spot here to Stanley potentially. It looks like he gets
No,
going.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
he saves
yeah,
it.
It's good to go.
And Andre Santos goes down, so that's going to allow Matt Burkeen to go by him. into
Along
the
with
6th
Carlin,
spot.
maybe.
Oh,
no.
Burkeen tries to jump over Santos. Carlin's going to say, okay, thank you. I guess it is definitely Christmas. This time Carlin on the receiving end.
A
So
nice
we got a
little
lot of gift
twofer.
exchanging going on here.
Yeah, a nice little twofer for Carlin.
All right.
Oh, Mahan's actually down again before the finish. So,
Wow. Oh, bad news for him. And I was just going to say, coming up, he was just knocking on the door of the top 10 was Alexis Leclerc after a horrible start, but then he went down. So now he's in 14th. Lots of craziness going on out here. No surprise up front. Jesse Mullins has the lead. Looking to go 1-1 on the day. Luke Huberline looking to go 2-2 on the day as of right now, the way they run. And a much better Moto 2 for Tyson Fresco's down the downhill. He goes into the rough. He's going down that inside line. So from a ridiculously bad start, Mullins is, yeah. We'll see though. Now, remember after Mullins passed Huberline that first moto, Luke laid down his fastest lap of the race?
Right.
Maybe being in second is a better spot for him to be, and maybe he can lay down some heaters. Problem is Mullins has a completely clear track right now. No lappers even to deal with, really. So he's running the fastest pace so far. He looks dialed in, and his bike looks, setup looks on point. Now, maybe it's him making it look on point, maybe it's his line choice, or maybe it really is. I'm not sure, but yeah, the number one looking good. Mullins trying to make this a yawner. That's not good.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out what the heck was up with Tyson. Like, I mean, he just smashed straight into those guys.
Yeah,
Clearly
I don't know
had no
if
one
you.
spotting for him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Normally,
But even
Tyson
then, like,
has
you
a
would think
spotter.
he would see him and pick up, but he just.
That is a pretty
Damn.
blind corner, though, especially for first person, because they didn't crash in the corner; they crashed coming out of the corner. So
Yeah, true.
But
I'm
yeah,
s-
things have definitely settled down up at the front. But Carlin all over the back of Mahan as Carlin actually slides out in turn number 2. Stanley going to be
Stanley.
all over the back of him now.
Now, I'm pretty sure at some point throughout the year, Carlin has declared war against the whole country of Australia. So will Stanley be upset about that? Or will he be nice if he gets a chance? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Brady is one of the most calculated riders out there, and he knows how to use that bubble if somebody ticks him off.
Right.
I don't feel like he uses it very often, but if somebody makes him mad, and he's battling actually with his buddy Jeremy Shipley coming down the inside of him,
Oh
and
shit!
Stanley,
Wow. He was able to save it.
Saves
He
it.
just lets Shipley go. Probably in shock on how he saved that because I really
Right.
don't know how he saved it.
I don't either. I was ready to say he went down, and then all of a sudden he pops right back up. So
Maybe being in the rut helped him a little bit, but normally that's not how sim works.
another good performance by Carlin. I think he went 6th in the first motor, running 5th here. Oh,
Hey.
Stanley just front flips the 150. But he's clearly having some fun running in the top 10 here, mid-race front flipping. Guessing you missed that one, though, because you would have got way more excited about it if you saw it.
Yeah, no, I definitely missed it. I was actually getting ready to say something about Carlin. As
I wanna
he's
say
actually
something.
off the track. You can definitely
Check out
say
11th
something.
place right now. And remember what I was telling you during the Consolation race? That about
Mr.
come Moto
Tyler
2,
Crane.
he would be running right around that top 10.
Yeah.
A little more time on the track. He's a veteran. He knows how to get it done. His lap times have dropped significantly since that Consolation race. So, like I said, I'm guessing he did not have much time on the racetrack prior to this moto, and he's now in the top 10 as Vanderlee has went down.
Well, that could just be the fact that he was just trying to make it in. Once he made it into the motos.
Yeah, perhaps, but I mean, he looked pretty sketchy and stuff,
Well,
especially in the
right,
early
right,
laps. So
right.
it looks like every lap he did get a little bit better. But there he is, top 10 in it right now. So props to Tyler Crane getting it done out here. And he's got Alexis Leclerc running in the 11 spot. So Leclerc now kind of doing what Tyson did the first moto as he slides her down a little bit, trying to salvage those points. Vanderlee and Leclerc find themselves together on the racetrack once again.
Would you look
The
at
gap.
that, Brower and McLeod?
Still glued together.
Yep,
Best buddies. They're probably holding hands around the racetrack, right?
probably. I mean, it looks like it.
Those guys really like each other a lot.
Oh, 100%.
Best buddies for sure. It's like Christmas every day for those guys. They exchange gifts all the time.
Absolutely.
They probably share their wives, girlfriends, whatever. Kellen's pretty much married.
Yeah. No, all these points are valid. I agree with every single one of them.
I was looking at the front of the pack as Mullins comes across with a 202.8 here, 18 minutes into the moto, so just past the halfway point. He's got a 9-second lead, so he's gradually stretched her out over Heberlein, who's doing what he did the first moto, though, just running 204s, 205s consistently. And that's been enough to keep him ahead of Tyson Fresquez, who 207 that time around, and Tyson's yet to lay his heater down. But it's second half of the race.
It's only a matter of time for him to do that.
Absolutely. Mahan running in fourth, comfortably in fourth, so that'd be a 4-4 day for him thus far.
Shipley with a
Shipley,
solid second moto. Do you
Garland
remember
finds
what
himself
place he
in
got
sixth.
first moto?
I believe he was, I think our running order actually might be pretty much the same with the exception of Tyson being in there instead of Leclerc, if I recall.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right.
I'm pretty sure Race Carlin went sixth in Moto 1 and looks like he's running sixth now. He's trying to chase down Shipley. With the split section going around a lapped rider right now, getting on by. Carlin really blurps the throttle a lot. You hear him in the corners, almost sounds like a keyboard player going bop, 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 bop. Like those sound effects? Bop, bop,
Yeah.
bop, bop.
Maybe
Tapping
he has
it.
button throttle.
I don't believe so, but
Yeah, it's not very normal for a button throttle in MX Simulator, but there are people who do it,
there are
so...
a few guys that do it for sure. And as far as I know, Race isn't one of those guys, but yeah, you definitely hear it. Blurping it. Race with a 203 lap time. That's a pretty solid lap for the number 12 RKH machine.
Yeah, he's very, very close to Shipley.
Oh, peek at the front of the pack. We have a battle for the lead.
Oh, we absolutely do. I'm going to go on board with Heberlein. We need to get some action in our lives here.
Yeah, and they have a heap of lappers in front of them, too.
So that could play a part in it. I mean, we've already seen it tonight in the 250 class and here in the 450 class. Lappers have played a part in the race leads.
And if these guys happen to tangle, Fresquez is 8.9 seconds behind, and a fall-off's just about 8 seconds.
Yeah, depending
if
on
they
where they
tangle
fall
even
off,
longer.
like if they were to
Yeah.
fall off here and tumble down the hill, that's more like a, 13, 14 second crash.
Absolutely. And speaking of crashes, that crash might have just allowed Heberlein to
Oh,
make the pass.
wow.
It did. That lapped rider that was on the ground. So Mullins, looking at the back of the 28 again, he's going to be having deja vu to Moto number 1 as we're 20 minutes in now.
Now the funny
Heberlein.
thing is Heberlein actually had a downed lapper on the inside as well, and I thought he was going to go down because of it, but he didn't, obviously.
Oh, Mullins had a little bit of a run there, had to shut off as they got real close to that pole.
That was a
Looking
really,
on the
really
inside.
smart move by Mullins to let off right there, though.
Absolutely.
Because he would have went down along with Heberlein if he were to just keep it pinned there, so...
Mullins is showing he has some ridiculous speed, while Heberlein's showing he's extremely consistent at
Oh,
about
there it
205 range.
is.
Over the 150, way close.
Doolies.
Mullins whipping it to not run into the back of him, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys are pushing it right now. Gotta be careful. One mistake from Heberlein, if Mullins is in the same line, he's gonna run right into him and go down as well. Flying in formation over the step up. This is beautiful to watch right now. These guys are throwing down. Heberlein off the outside main line. Wow. Their lines about came together right there.
This field of view is AIDS. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't ride first person, so I just have stock field of view on right now. But it gets the job done as far as spectating goes, at least for me. But I could change it if everybody hates it.
Oh man, Mullins got really close to the edge of the track there, threading the needle. Heberlein's picked up his pace for sure. He did run his fastest lap of the race last time around at 2:03.2.
Yeah, but look at behind him. Tyson Fresquez just laid down a 2:03.0, so slowly but surely.
Split line in it. Here they go. Comes out about equal. Heberlein definitely seems like he's putting up more of a fight in Moto number 2.
Yeah,
got a lapper
definitely.
in front of him to deal
Lapper's
with.
just gonna. There you go.
Good job, Lapper.
See, that's how all lappers should be. Obviously,
They went by so fast I didn't get to catch the number, but I want to give that guy props because he was an awesome lapper.
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh,
we
they're
got
down
Roberts
riders
down
here in the
and-
rollers. Both of them have to check up. Mullins
Speaking
is
of-
actually going to get the short end of the stick here, running into the back of, I believe that was Reed Young.
Oh, don't worry, I'm finding him to call him an idiot. Because not only did he go sideways across the track, but Reed Young then goes into the main line and stops in front of the leaders. Good job, buddy. You're an idiot.
Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure if that was Reed Young. But
It was. I checked.
Okay.
I double checked it.
All right. I had the skins and I thought I saw 68, but I wasn't 100% sure. Thank you for confirming that.
Now the good news, well, this might not sound like the nicest thing to say, but Heberlein continues to lead, and it's Mullins who has to try to make up the time. And we've seen Mullins has some serious pace. So we might still get a battle out of this deal. And interestingly enough, Fresquez actually didn't make up time during that whole thing, so he must have had problems of his own.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at his. I'm gonna take a look at his lap time as soon as he comes around here.
Shipley and Carlin are battling for 4th and 5th slightly. They're a couple seconds
Oh, Mullins
apart.
actually landed on Benny Landry on the landing of the finish line jump.
Now there's 18
Nothing
guys
Landry
coming.
can do, but
Fresquez goes by.
Yeah. So really quick, Fresquez had a 2:06.5, so he must have had a mistake there. Looks like Kellen Brower. Yep, Kellen's gonna get out of the way. Jack Roberts needs to get out of the way here. Yeah, these guys are racing for position.
Roberts did jump off the track to let
along
him go
with
by.
Fresquez
But then
did the
Fresquez
same.
jumped off the track as well. Roberts trying to
So-
do the right thing, but these guys are also battling their brains out too.
Mullins was able to get back around.
Now Tyson
Fresquez.
has not made his way around Roberts yet. I feel like Roberts will let him by at the top of the hill here as he goes all the way to the right. I don't even blame Roberts there. He didn't do anything terribly bad. He just Fresquez followed him right off the track.
Right.
Good news for Heberlein. He's got himself a lead and he goes down. He is down on the ground.
Is he gonna
There's
get past?
No,
No,
it was
he will
13
not.
seconds, so he will have the lead. He's got to find a safe re-entry. I'm sure it got his heart rate going a little bit, and what it did do, though, is it gave up his cushion that he had. As we are 26 minutes into this moto. Gravedigger going to come up short on the 150, I think. Oh,
Yep.
he's getting over it still. I thought that kicker was going to make him come shorter than that, but he carried enough
He
speed.
jumped out of that inside line there, so last time someone did that, Mullins was the one to do that as that I saw, and he opted not to go for the triple. So
we have 5
oh,
seconds.
Heberlein
separating
actually
that top
down
three.
off the side of the track, so Mullins with the lead. Fresquez right behind him though, getting around Toby Stocks, the lapper. Now he's got to work on believe that is Reed Young. It is indeed. And then it's just going to be Mullins and Fresquez here battling for the lead.
All right, well,
All
you watch this battle for the lead because it is pretty close, and if it gets super hot, then interrupt me, but I'm going to try to run down another top 10 just to update everyone where we are at. This top 10 rundown brought to you by versus-pc.com. Log on for all your awesome PC needs, whether you want a full PC or just some parts or accessories. Jesse Mullins, Team TBR, looking to go 1-1 on the day, has a 2.5 lead right now over Tyson Fresquez. Luke Heberlein, Gravedigger runs in the 3 spot. 4th spot, Jeremy Shipley. 5th spot, Ryan Mahan. Race Carlin looking to go 6-6 on the day. Runs it in, and he's got a 2:01.9 fast lap, so nice ride here today for Race Carlin. Brady Stanley still in the top 10, runs in the 7th spot, putting there a lap in the books. Burkeen, the number 8, runs in 8th. And running in 9th is Andre Santos. So good ride there by Santos. And running out your top 10, finally making it to the top 10 is the number 7 of Alexis Leclerc. So much like happening in the first moto for Fresco's, Leclerc as he goes down is just trying to salvage. That is your top 10 rundown, brought to you by versus-pc.com. Log on, ladies and gentlemen, and we have battle shaping up awesome here for the lead. The new school fast guy versus the old school fast guy, right? I mean, Tyson's the OG fast guy, and Mullins got fast here in recent years.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're both, I mean, they can both throw down hot laps like no one's business. We're probably about to see them as we're 29 minutes in. They should make it across the finish to make it 3 to go.
Yep, they definitely are going to do that.
So it looks like we're going to have a 17-lap first moto once again. Or second moto, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, if this is the first moto, then rip me, because I don't know if I could last another moto here. All right, a 2017 from Fresquez, but a 2015 for Mullins.
And a lapper actually just cut Mullins off a little bit, not on purpose. That allows Fresquez right in striking distance.
If this isn't great racing, I don't know what is.
Ryder down on the outside.
Oh, Mullins is actually down, so Fresquez is gifted the lead. I don't know if Mullins saw that lapper and freaked out, but...
yeah, what it looked like, the lapper was down on that main outside line. I think Mullins tried to cut into the second outside rut and put him on the ground, but now he drops to third, and guess what? He's got to deal with the Gravedigger once again late in the moto. And Luke's been putting up more and more of a fight each time. So can Mullins pull it off? Can he get around him again? Time will tell. Now this is a battle for the overall as well. No, it is not, because there's a 3-point difference between first and second. So a 1-3 will beat a 2-2. And that was a lap rider. Okay. So Mullins has the overall in hand, still sitting in third, but obviously we know he wants this spot and all the points that he can get every moto. Probably a little mad at himself about putting it on the ground there would be my guess. Into the Race Tech 150 goes Mullins and Heberlein. They're going to both be in the air at the same time. That's a huge jump still, every time they hit it. Just floating through the air. Fresquez is not for sure with this thing either. I mean, obviously we know he's fast and he's got a 6-second lead, but one fall off and he will give up the lead. Heberlein slides out and Mullins goes by into the number 2 spot. So Jesse Mullins back into second. He's going to put his head down. 2 laps to go. Over the finish line goes Tyson Fresquez. And he sealed the deal. Or will the number 1 of Jesse Mullins have something for the former champion Tyson Fresquez?
Only time will tell, but we don't have... no, I was letting you do your thing, that's all. We don't have a lot of time left, though. Like you said, we have 2 laps to go. More like a lap and a half now, but...
yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to need a mistake, make it happen. I'm going to check through this top 10 right now while we wait to see if that develops. Fresquez leads. Mullins runs in second and has control of the overall. Sitting good for second overall is the Gravedigger. Luke Heberlein's had a great day, led a lot of laps today. Showing he is a contender if this is any indication for the rest of the season. Jeremy Shipley, strong day, running in 4th as well. Ryan Mahan, top 5, looking good. He's got Race Carlin not far behind him, still trying to put the pressure on, and shocker, the general, Race Carlin, battling someone on the racetrack every time we find him. Matt Burkeen probably not having the day he was wanting, but yet it is his first 450 national on the number 8, running in the top 10 as he clips a rider and goes down. But he's got a good lead over Brady Stanley running in 8th and a top 10 performance here. But the Family Max Race Tech rider, Brady Stanley, looking good and always looking good. His setup is always on point. As he loses the spot, actually, when he goes off track there, Alexis Leclerc moves by into the 8th spot, so Leclerc salvaging some championship points. Running in the 10th spot, rounding it out. Great ride in the Moto number 2 for Andre Santos as he jumps over a down rider. He's cruising along. Vanderbomber runs 11th. Crane runs in 12th. So good performance here in Moto 2 for Tyler Crane, who was your last transfer into this thing. And I'm going to give a shout out to the 13th this rider, Alex Heckman. One of those guys that's gradually getting faster, and obviously you have to be pretty fast to be running a top 15 in one of these 450 motos. He's battling it out with Toby Stocks on the Meta machine. That
Yeah, and actually,
top 14-ish rundown.
Alex
T-By versus PC.
Alex Heckman, pretty avid fan of SYS, so that's very, very cool to see one of our fans do as well as he is here tonight in Moto number 2. I'm not sure how he did in the first Moto, but very, very cool to see.
This gap for the lead is getting a little closer than Tyson would probably like it right now. It's at 3 seconds and dipping a little bit below that.
Yeah, it is the last lap as well, so.
Now Mullins, the thing is he's got to be a little careful. He doesn't have a full 8 seconds that lap. Just Endo did not hit Mullins. So good on him for stopping what almost was a big mistake. Because that would have cost Jesse second place. Actually, Heberlein is down now with those in that same corner.
Wow, Mullins forcing the issue here. He was getting around Crane as a lapper, and Mullins went for it on the inside there down the hill. So.
And he blew that turn. I don't think he's going to. He's still
no,
going
he's
for the
going for it. Oh!
He's going to land short and bounce.
Bounces off the top of it.
The line. I think that was the gap and the mistakes, though, that Tyson needed here to seal the deal here if he can get through this super rough section. And he does. So mistake-free to the finish, and Tyson will take your Moto 2 win. He'll have a 9-1 on the day. And that's going to set him up A-okay. Even though Mullins going 1-2, he's not going to lose too many points. I don't think he would be too disappointed in that with the start that he had in Moto number 1. So just coming off of a Supercross championship, number 21, Tyson Fresca is going to take the win. Moto number 2 at Hangtown. But your overall winner
on the day for Fresca's, but like you were saying, overall winner here with a 1-2 finish, Jesse Mullins, your defending champion. So he will keep that red plate for another week. Luke Heberlein, solid 2-3. Yeah, for Luke Heberlein. I will let you do it. I feel
race
like
car gets all the way to 4th.
Whoa.
Passed Shipley in the last turn.
Yeah.
He went from 6th to 4th on the last lap, and that means Mahan dropped all the way to 6th.
Cuts could play a factor in that, though. Only
absolutely
about 0.3 of a second. So.
Oh, Mahan down.
Yeah, but there's
not
no
gonna matter.
There.
He's got 26 seconds over Burkeen. Leclerc's a ways back. So Andre Santos runs 9th. Stanley drops to 10th here late in the race as well, but he's sealed the top 10 deal as 11th place. Tyler Crane is a lap down, so top 10 performance for Stanley. Let him come across, see if anything else happens. Burkeen actually sliding out with another rider almost hits him.
Dupuy actually slid out, or no, Burkeen slid out.
Yeah, Burkeen slid out and Zach crashed or whatever. Yeah, but that almost if he would have had a fall off, that could open the door for Leclerc. But Leclerc not going to get it done. Gets across in an 8th, so not a terrible performance for Leclerc though. You can't be too bummed on that. Let Santos and Stanley finish up. And Devin Davis might hang himself.
Oh.
News from the chat. At least he's not telling other people to do it these days. Oh, man. Never ceases to be entertainment.
All right.
Stanley
rounds out the top 10.
One other rider circulating here, and across he goes. Okay, we got a couple other ones, actually. Bergeron still out on the track. But we are waiting to see cuts come in. A lot of rage quits this moto as well.
All
The
right.
cuts are in.
Cuts do not play a factor inside the top 10. The
They
14
do switch
15.
14, 15. Hey, look at that. Reed Young, the idiot lapper, loses a spot as well. Oops, sorry. I shouldn't probably call him out on your stream like that a couple times, but
All
hey.
right. Well, it is what it is. I mean, you have a valid point. Lappers need to be a little bit better at getting out of the way, especially when the race lead is right behind them.
Yeah, it's just a respect thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've all been there before. We've all gotten lapped. I mean, just get out of the way, or at least try to get out of the way. We can understand if you're still battling for position, but is it really worth a 1 week ban for 18th place?
I
Maybe
hear
not.
you. I hear you.
Maybe
But a
not.
great night of racing and setting the stage for quite the summer here on the Ride365.com Pro Nationals presented by Versus PC. Thank you to SYS TV for bringing these things live every week. Can't wait for next Thursday night from Glen Helen, and we have a brand new Glen Helen track coming, and it's got the new section in it, which involves another huge uphill triple, which always sweet to see, I guess, from the video game standpoint. Pretty sweet and pretty excited, and obviously that track's gonna be huge downhills and a lot of rough and ruts and stuff, so it should be pretty gnarly. Right?
Yeah, can't wait for next week. The track should, I mean, I don't have any info on it, but it should be released either Monday or Tuesday as far as my knowledge goes.
Absolutely, that's what we're looking for. Sometime before Wednesday is the goal. And hey, Hinners, did you know that Race Factor Gaming's on Instagram?
I
RF
did know that,
gaming?
and I do follow them. If you guys don't follow them, though, like Chris just said, RF_gaming on
User joined your
Instagram
channel.
and Twitter, I believe. Is that the same thing? Same handle?
I think that it's the same on both.
All right.
And also like it on Facebook, but lots of cool stuff, and we're trying to make that stuff more active and show off some cool stuff. We'll probably show some sneak peeks of some of the tracks and stuff on there as well. So tune in, and maybe if we can get that thing built up, we'll start to do some giveaways and stuff there. I've been working with a few of our sponsors that are interested in doing that. So we got to build the numbers up to make it worth their time, and we'll do that. And we'll be able to give some of you guys that are maybe fans and not quite as fast, guys that, if you're like me and you can't really compete to win stuff racing, you win stuff for just following us and liking us and that kind of cool stuff. So head on over and do that. And then I want to give a shout out to all of our awesome sponsors: Ride365.com, Racetech.com, BurbMoto.com, Two Wheelers Graphics, TigerDesigns.net, Moto Option Clothing, MotoOption.com for them, Versus-PC.com, FandomX.com, Jason Stewart, everyone at SYS TV, Moto A Go Go, bringing you the amateurs, and of course, ReadMeta.com. Log on, check out our sponsors, support them so they can continue to support us. Thank you, everyone. Round one was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Kellen just joined the channel. Kellen, you want to say anything?
Kellen who?
Holy crap, if you get a bad start, there's chaos everywhere.
We caught you on stream being a good lapper, Kellen. High five.
All right. Yeah.
I only yelled at 2 lappers tonight on the stream, and one of them I even stopped myself. The second one I unleashed.
I think the only time I should say sorry is I think I got on the track like right in front of Jesse and Tyson. It was right after Stocksy basically punted me off the track, so I re-entered not knowing how far those guys were back.
Wait. The war with Australia continues?
Yeah, I don't know what Stocksy's deal was. He kind of ruined Zach at one point and then got into it with me. I wasn't sure what he was all about, so I guess it is what it is.
Well, you did declare war, and that means that your whole army of SYS riders are probably also on blast.
Yep, probably.
All right. Do you guys have any other things to say before I wrap up the stream for the night?
No, just thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope our viewer numbers are good. Thanks everyone for supporting Race Factor Gaming. And if you're watching us on the archive, try to tune in live. It's a lot of fun to interact with the chat and everything live. So if you aren't catching these things live, try to.
Yeah, absolutely. www.twitch.tv/StartYourSystemsTV. So if you guys do want to catch one of these things live, you can do that Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I believe that would be 7 Mountain time, and then 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. So whatever time zone you're in, that you got start time for 250 motos, and we go all the way throughout. Kellen streams 250s, and I'll be streaming the 450s for the rest of the season. We hope to catch you at round number 2, Glen Helen, next week on Thursday. Really quick, anything else to say, guys? Kellen's
Nope, I'm good.
hometown race. All right, we'll see you guys next week then.